So teaching support system. You all are aware of what the teaching support system are. Before starting the class, if anyone want to tell me something about teaching support system, like what do you know about teaching support system?
Ma'am, the resources which the teacher uses for making the teaching effective.
Yes. And one word here, I like this word effective, okay? When the teaching is happening, it is supposed to be effective, okay? Using the less resources and giving out the maximum outcome, maximum output, okay? So the teaching must be effective. I think in yesterday class there was a question also, no? Using the word effective.
Yes,
One
ma'am.
tricky question was there. They use
Yes,
the
yes.
word effective and use the word some knowledge. I remember correctly. Okay. So teaching support system. It is a tool that helps to improve student achievement by building newer capacities in the teacher. Like if teacher taught something in the class, okay, and teacher has given some homework to the students. Just consider this situation and consider this situation. Teacher taught something in the class. Teacher has given some printed notes to the student. Okay, and teacher given them some assignment and ask them that they can take help from the printed notes. So in these situations, in this situation, student will learn better or student will solve the assignment better. Situation A or situation B?
Can you
B,
repeat?
where the student is given with the material.
Yes, okay. So the material here is the teaching aid, teaching support system. So by with the help of that teaching aid, the student achievement is increased. Okay. So teaching aids are used to improve the students' achievement by building newer capacities in the teacher. It can be taken as kind of a process as well. So this can be some tool. This can be a process also. So this can or and this can be a question also. So the teaching support system is a tool as well as a process. Like there is a question, teaching is a art as well as a science, and teaching is a one-time process or teaching is a continuous process. Okay. So teaching support system is a tool as well as a process. It influences the way decisions are made and what information is passed on. This helps us to know that how teachers acquire new skills and increase student achievement in areas they are underperforming. Okay, like if there are some things where the learner is feeling some kind of difficulty in learning. So, in order to simplify the in order to simplify the content that a teacher is teaching at can be very supportive. Okay, so they can. This is the key word. They can increase or improve the student achievement. Okay, in the areas they're underperforming. So the teaching ad can make the content can make the subject matter more interesting, more appealing in order to engage the learner very effectively. Okay. Though they are happening simultaneously, the movement has taken place from traditional to modern to ICT based education. First, the support system were traditional. So, can you give me the example of traditional support system?
I'm using a chalk and a board and kind of textbook.
Yes. And what comes in modern?
Modern, it includes the internet resources that we have.
Or the projectors?
Yeah, the modern equipment also,
Hmm.
smart board.
Yes. And to ICT. Here you are just going through the ICT based support system. ICT is the use of the information, communication, and technology. So, in this class, this is a ICT based class. Okay, here I am delivering some information. There is a communication with the help of technology. Okay, so now the movement has taken place from traditional to modern to ICT based education. It happens with the help of, okay, here it is of. It happens with the help of technology also. Traditional can be somewhat compared with orthodox education also. So if in a question they can write orthodox they can write orthodox in place of traditional, okay. So the answer will be same for the traditional as well as the orthodox. They can be used as synonyms for each other. Now, what the traditional, customary, conventional teaching support system? I have written with slash because there they can write the thing traditional directly, or they can write the thing customary, they can write the thing conventional, or even they can write the word orthodox while asking the question. So be ready for that. So, what are the traditional support system? Teaching ads through which the message can only be seen. Okay, the ads that are only useful for like visual thing. The message can only be seen as known as visual instructional facilities. And what can be included in traditional system? It includes like posters. Just imagine the class of like lower classes, like class first, nursery, LKG, UKG. Okay, so there are posters in the class, like the poster of body parts name, the poster of alphabet, the poster of number system. Okay, so that are the posters. So that are the traditional support system, and that are only visual. Flashcard. Do you know what a flashcard is?
Yeah, it is a small card-like thing where a particular name or some object is displayed, and the child might be asked to tell what it is.
Okay, like if in the class a teacher is telling that A stands for apple, A means apple, and again teacher is showing something like, wait, I think I have a picture of that. See, this is a flashcard, okay? So if a teacher is telling the students about the this thing and just flash the card in the class, and the students will identify that this card stands for apple. Okay, so this is a flashcard thing. Charts, you know very well what the charts are. Bulletin board, we have seen this bulletin board in like our school. Okay, like in the hall arena, there is a bulletin board, and like outside the class, outside every class, there is a bulletin board. Maps, models, like if we are telling about save environment or save the earth, we can show them a model that how the activities are just that are creating the earth. So this that comes in traditional support system and the photographs. Okay. Here graphs is for boring and complex things, like if we are dealing some kind of data and we are just telling them that in this year this was the profit, and in that year that was the profit. So student may not able to connect with that. They will if they are not able to connect with that, so the class will be boring. Okay, and also for explaining the boring and complex thing, a teacher used graph as teaching aids in the class. Maps and bulletin board, this is the flashcard thing. So any doubt from traditional support system?
No.
No, ma'am.
Okay, let's move to the next slide. So this is modern teaching support system, and this includes audio also. First, in the like traditional system, there were only visual things, and in modern teaching support system, the audio instruction facilities are also available. Like first thing is radio. Okay, now the thing radio is outdated, but the beginning when it came, it was just a revolution in the field of the teaching. Okay, radio was used for mass broadcasting. If there was any news, so it was first broadcasted on the radio. In every house, there was at least one radio was present. Okay, in fact, today, uh, like if you look at the things of our grandparents, even of our parents, you must find a radio. Okay, they are very attached to radio. It was a ritual that at 8 p.m. they will listen to the news of anything that is happening in the country. Okay, so for mass broadcasting, a news that should be heard by everyone in the country. So this system was used. Okay, and the example is Gyanvani. I think we have discussed a question related to Gyanvani. Do you remember? Gyanvani, I think the question was which of the following is not correctly matched. And in that, one was MOOC, one was Gyanvani, and one was something related to television. I don't remember the name exactly. But do you recall the question?
Yes.
But it's vague, ma'am. I don't remember exactly the context, but yeah, Gyanvani was there in one of the questions that we discussed.
Yes. Okay. Just try to link between all the things that you are learning. Now, in your instruction facilities, podcast is very famous. Okay, tell me a name of the famous podcast. Podcast is what is a personalized broadcast system. Okay, in which a one-to-one communication is happening, or not one-to-one. So, like a small communication is happening in podcast. There is set up a mic, or sort of things, and there is a host and there is a guest. Okay, ask the questions, and the guests need to answer that questions. Okay, do you remember any podcast of the podcast?
Ma'am, there are so many. There are so many, and depending on the topic that we want to understand, we can search based on the topic, and there are multiple people who offer their insights into that particular topic.
Yes,
There are podcasts of Sadhguru. There are podcasts of big business chains, and there are podcasts of even sportsmen.
yes. So you can choose between them. Like if you are interested in politics, so you can go with them also. And if you're interested in business, you can hear a podcast of any person related to business. Okay. So it depends on you that what do you prefer to listen. So this comes in modern support system. Like if teacher taught some management topic in the class and ask the student to just go and watch the podcast of any businessman like Ashneer Gour. Okay, so this is a modern teaching support system that includes audio instruction facilities. Okay, and recording, uh, pre-recording of any topic that is going in the class that can also be played. Okay, and next is digital audio player. Now, like something, this is also the same, but in recording, it is just the MP4 system. You can classify them in digital audio player. Okay, and so any doubt in modern teaching support system? Okay, so let's move on to ICT based support system. ICT based teaching support is an approach to facilitate and enhance learning through and based on both computer and communication technology. Computer and communication technology. ICT based learning is also called computer based training. Okay, CBT. ICT is planned effort toward providing interactive and experimental learning, flexibility in terms of time. Now you relate to this, like if my class, If I am not able to take class at 8 a.m. in the morning, I can ask from the learners that if at any time they are available, okay, so we can shift our class to that time. So with the help of ICT, the flexibility is there in the class, okay, in while learning, flexibility is there. There is no rigid system like you have to like attend a 8 to 2 schedule that we have to do in our school days, okay. So no rigid system is there. There is a flexibility with the help of ICT. Place and pace. Okay, there is no restriction of place that you have to come here for learning, you have to go there for learning, and we can learn on our pace. Okay, like if I am feeling that learner is feeling some difficulty in any topic, I can give that topic some more time. Okay, there is a no construction of time that I have to finish this topic in 1 day or 2 day or 3 day. So if I am feeling that learner is having some difficulty, or from the learner side there is a demand of repeating something, so the teacher can repeat. Now, participation and accessibility. You all can participate in the class, okay, and you can access all the things that has been taught in the class. Expertise and qualitative subject matter. Best resource at the learner's doorstep, okay. This thing is important related to place. Best resources, learner doorstep, and personalized training and centers around the trainees. So this is all about ICT-based support system. Now just look at the comparison between traditional versus modern methods. Okay, what are the traditional methods and what are the modern methods, or what is the difference between them? So traditional is basically teacher-centered instructions. Modern is a student-centric approach that reflects education progressivism. Now, just tell me something about the student center and teacher center, and tell me in a manner that it shows the difference between the two. Okay, not just don't define, just tell me in a manner that it reflects the definition between the two. Anyone?
What is it, ma'am? Teacher centered and learner centered, or the difference between teacher centered and learner centered?
Yes.
Teacher centered is the focus is more on the teacher, and the students are passive there. They don't have anything to do with the activity. They just listen. Whereas in the learner centered, the focus is on learner is active and the teacher is passive there.
Hmm. So in the support system, the traditional method will come under the teacher centered. And the modern methods, like modern methods, ICT method, come under the learner centered approach. Okay. In traditional approach, memorization of fact, objective information is paramount. Okay. The main thing in the traditional approach is the memorization of fact, recalling of the information, reproducing when it is asked. Okay. Just rote learning is there. Objective information, not subjective. Objective knowledge is there. Like no concept building is there in traditional approach. In modern approach, understanding the fact, application of fact, analysis, and critical thinking is paramount. There is a difference which is same as the student centered and the teacher centered. Traditional approach aims at high test scores, grades, and ultimately the degree. Modern approach aims at learning, retention, accumulation of various knowledge and skills, building of the concept about something. Okay, so the in modern system the emphasis is on the like knowledge, the values, the knowledge, the learning. Okay, and in traditional approach there is just a race for the marks, that you have to get good marks. In like if you're not able to understand, then also they expect you to get some good grades. Okay, so this is the difference between traditional and modern methods. Any doubt from this?
No, ma'am.
So we will do the questions. These all are the previous year question, and out of these questions that we're discussing, I will give you one or two homework. Okay, you have to solve. Now practice more and more questions. First question is their assertion. Students can access to information from anywhere and anytime they want. The reason is mobile learning helped to overcome the physical constraints of classroom and acquired mobility. Here, the mobile is not literally the mobile that we use. Mobile means something that is movable. Here, mobile means that. Now, solve this question.
Option A.
Yes, very good. Option A is the right answer. Students can access to information from anywhere and anytime they want because mobile learning helped to overcome the physical constraints of classroom and acquired mobility. So the first answer is correct. Now the second question. Assertion. In conventional method of teaching, teacher carries out too much responsibility for teaching in the classroom to make sure everything they are teaching is understood by the students. The reason is conventional method of teaching is all about memorization and recitation.
I think A is incorrect and B is R is correct.
D.
Option D.
D.
Other people also answer. No answers are coming. Okay, so this question is your homework, and one thing I want to tell you guys, just remember any extreme words that are present in the questions. Like here it is written all about. So these are the extreme words, all about, only. Okay, if these words are present in the questions, just be careful while solving the question. This is your homework, and just this thing, no, all about to solve the questions while keeping this extreme word in your mind. Teaching aids are important because they provide clarity and generate a clear picture of the concept. They are cheap and easily available. Minimum training is required to use them effectively. They reduce the burden of the teacher.
A.
Everyone A?
Yes, ma'am. A.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because they provide, see, this is also true, but we have to find the answer that is more correct. Okay, so here they provide clarity and generate a clear picture of the concept. Now, next question. Wait, here two options are right. Okay, now look at this question. The internet can be considered as a teaching aid since it acts as only means of transmission of visual, auditory, and audio-visual teaching and learning resources. Plays an important part in interpersonal communication between the students as well as with the teachers.
Both A and B, ma'am.
Yeah, even I think it might be A and B both.
Third option is it.
See here, there is also a word only, okay. And one thing, just don't like if there is an option, all of above or both A and B. So we have a tendency that if the examiner is making a question in this pattern like all of the above, so all of the above must be the answer. So this is a tendency that we are used to it, okay. So this question is your homework, and the questions I am giving you homework are the tricky ones. Okay. So here the keyword only is there and both A and B are there. These are the extreme things. These are referred as the extreme things that are present in your question. Okay, so this is your homework. Solve it with some like proper addressing these keywords only and both A and B. Okay.
Ma'am, I think it's not the only means of transmission.
Sorry.
Internet is not the only means of transmission. There are other means of transmission also.
So no, this is your homework. Now solve this question. Now I have told you that what you have to keep in your mind. Okay, the extreme words that are present in the question that are given. Okay, to confuse you, and the learners are easily confused by it. These are the tricks that they use. Okay. And now next. Teaching aids are important because they provide. So it is the same thing. Question assertion. Teaching aids make lessons more enjoyable, clear, and comprehensible for all students. Teaching aid can only be used in intermediate level of learning process to rich vocabulary and knowledge. Here it is only.
I think option C, ma'am. A is correct and B is incorrect.
Okay, other people answer fast.
And even I feel it's
Yes, okay. Teaching aids make lessons more enjoyable. It is correct. Assertion is correct. And the reason is what? Teaching aids can only be used in intermediate level. So we can use the teaching aids at any level, the beginner level, the intermediate level, okay, at higher level, okay, we can use it at anywhere. Now the next question is, which of these is a non-projected ad?
Flashcards.
D.
Yes, flashcards. Okay, these all are these all are used in the projected ads like slides. In the presentation, slides are there. Okay, overhead projector, handheld projector. These are just the kind of projector, but both are projectors. Overhead projectors are that that box is like hanging from the ceiling of the roof. Okay, and some and the handheld projectors that we use in our hands, okay, to project something on the screen. So here flashcard is a non-projected ad. Next, instructions which encourage live participation and interaction through online classes are called.
Synchronous.
Synchronous, ma'am.
Okay, yes, the answer is synchronous, but can you please tell me the meaning of synchronous? What does synchronous means?
Synchronous is where there is a communication from both ends, like the sender and receiver both participate
So that
at
if
the
we see
same
the
time.
if we see the little meaning of synchronous, it means that something that is happening simultaneously. Okay, that is synchronous. So if like there is a class and live participation and interaction is going on in the class, so we will uh, classify them in the synchronous instructions, right? So answer first is correct. Next question. Which of the following aids can be used by a teacher in the classroom as a live interaction device? Like using which of the following aids the live interaction can be done?
A, ma'am. B, C, D. B, C, D.
B, ma'am, B.
B.
Okay. Just eliminate the thing Facebook. Just eliminate the thing email and the blogs. So you are left with Skype, online chat, and teleconferencing. And this is your homework. Read about teleconferencing. What the teleconferencing is, okay? This is also your homework. Next question. Assertion. Teaching aids are tools used to facilitate better conceptual thinking and understanding among the student. Reason: use of suitable teaching aids increases interest and motivates the student to understand and clear the concept permanently.
Option A, ma'am. A and R are correct. R is
Yes.
the
Both
right
are correct, and R is the right explanation of A.
Yes, and this is right explanation also. Among the following, which one is an example of instructional software? Software. So, in these type of question, whether
Is
you
it?
know, yes,
option 4.
yes, option 4 is correct. And in this type of question, whether you know the answer or you not know the answer, you just eliminate the options and get your answer. Okay. Audio podcast cannot be a software. Printed material is not a software. Radio talk is not a software. We are left with EduSet. So the answer is fourth, EduSet. Okay. So this was all about teaching aids. Now,
Ma'am, you have to share the slides in the group because there are quite a questions that we have to work on.